All right, you all, we are getting into Heavenly's watch day routine in while in a protective style. I've not done this on her hair, but today I'm showing you guys how I wash her hair in braids while in a protective style. So I always like to, use the rubber band to hold the root of her hair because it makes it more neat and her hair gets super frizzy. So I think one of the characteristics of her hair is how frizzy her hair gets. Now, I always like to saturate her hair with water because the water helps to loosen up the product from her scalp and also on her hair. And whenever I saturate her hair with water before I shampoo, I get the best from that shampoo. Now for the shampoo, I'm using the FC Lifestyle Nourishing shampoo, and I love this shampoo so much because it gets the job done properly as a shampoo. When you are using a shampoo, what a shampoo is meant to do for your hair is to cleanse, like to cleanse both your scalp and your hair properly. But it gets the job done on a first wash, but I always do a second wash on her hair. The first wash, I focus on her scalp, while the second wash is where I get that deep clean hair and scalp. The second wash. Yeah. Now, I always like to squeeze in the shampoo into her hair strands like so. And when I feel like I'm not getting salt from the shampoo, I add more water. Water will help me to get that salt I need for her hair. And once I'm done doing that, I rinse off and follow up on a second wash. And I always make sure I rinse thoroughly. I rinse off thoroughly before doing any other step on her hair. And I also like to keep wash day super simple and easy. Like in this video, I always explain to her what I'm doing on her hair. Like I always tell her that the first step when you want to wash your hair is to do a pre-poo and detangle your hair before you moving into the shower. And I also explain to her why I always do a first and a second wash. Now moving on to the second shampoo That's when I focus on her hair strands and on her scalp. Yes, this where I get that deep clean hair strands and also clean scalp. I don't miss this step in our wash day routine. Yeah. And sometimes when I shampoo her hair in twists, like twist, like a medium twist, I take down the twist and I shampoo her hair strands and put it back in twist. This saves time and makes wash day way more easier for me. So because her hair is in a protective style and I'm washing it, I squeeze in the product into her hair strands like I'm doing so in this video to squeeze in the product into her hair strands. Now I always work in sections. As you can see, I'm washing the half part of her hair. Once I'm done with this part, I also move on to the other part and wash, do the exact thing I'm doing in this side of her hair. That's exactly what I'll do to the other side of her hair. And one thing I don't do is to stretch our wash day. If I'm to stretch the wash day, like let's say we are keeping a protective style for a whole month, I make sure that once it's 14 days, I wash her hair while in a protective style, because over here we do not use extensions on her hair. She has a fine hair strands and I don't want anything that will weigh down her hair. Hydration comes on your wash day, so you need to make sure that you are cleansing both your hair strands and your scalp properly. Now, once I'm done shampooing her hair and her scalp, I also put it back in sections and I always squeeze out the excess water from her hair. Then I use in this video I think I used a rinse out conditioner. I don't really need that treatment on her hair for now, so I just used a detangling conditioner on her hair. And like I told you guys, I squeeze in the product into her hair strands because this is a protective style, right? So to squeeze it in, I want every of her hair strands to get the product, like the product to to sink into her hair strands. I don't know if I'm making sense, but just like what I'm doing in this video, squeezing in the product into her hair strands. And this a rinse out conditioner, like not like a deep conditioner, like your regular conditioner. That's what I'm using currently on her hair. Now you have to make sure that you are not applying your conditioner on your scalp. Like the conditioner is not meant for your scalp. So I focus more on the ends of her hair and the mids of her hair, like from the mids of her hair to the end of her hair. So that's where you should focus your conditioner on. Conditioner is not meant for the scalp. Conditioner, leave-in conditioner, deep conditioner, your hair butter should be focused more on the ends of your hair and the mids of your hair. Do not make that mistake of using your conditioner on your scalp, but you can use your shampoo on your hair strands and also on your scalp. Now, if your conditioner say let it sit for 5 minutes, do not exceed 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever minutes the conditioner, the instruction you're getting from the product, just keep to it, right? Now, once I'm done, I rinse off properly. Like I make sure I rinse thoroughly. And one thing I started doing recently is not using our leave-in conditioner on a soaking wet hair. Like I always, squeeze out the excess water and then I use my leave-in conditioner. And that is it for this video. Our routine is super simple and easy because the goal is to have a healthy hair and a healthy scalp. I don't want to complicate anything, and I'll be I just want to keep it simple. I don't want to complicate anything for myself because I'm also a natural hair girly. So thank you guys for watching my video. See you guys on another one. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you do not miss any other video I'll be uploading. See you guys on the next one. Bye.